Good morning, everyone. So in this video, we'll do the Thursday aim, and then afterwards you'll have time to work on your homework and your Math Excel. Remember, Math Excel is due tonight, so we definitely want to get that done and get our work paper turned in. You do have a big test tomorrow, long test tomorrow, all multiple choice. It'll take the whole class period, so be ready to turn in your practice when you come in tomorrow. So for number one, we're determining whether law of sines or law of cosines is the best choice to find x, and then we're going to find x. Remember, law of sines, we want to use law of sines if it is an oblique triangle, which is not a right triangle, and when we have angle, side, angle, angle, side, or side, side, angle. And in law of cosines, also in oblique triangles or non-right triangles, we want to use this if we have side, 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 or side, angle, side. So in our picture, we have, interesting, we have 5, which is a side, and then we have 50, which is an angle, and then we have 2, which is a side, and we have 100, which is an angle. So we actually have two different things happening here. We have side, angle, side, but we also have angle, side, angle. So you kind of get to pick whichever one you want to use. I think law of sines is a little bit easier, and so I'm going to go with law of sines. So if I'm using law of sines, I want to find x, which is a side length, so I'm going to go x over, if it's a side length, then it goes over sine of its opposite angle is 50, equals, if I started with a side length on the top first, I need to go side length on the top next. I'm going to choose the angle that I already know, which is 100, and pick that opposite side, which is 5, over sine of 100. If I chose 2, then I would have to find out what this angle is, and I don't have to do that, so I'm just going to use 105. The only thing I need to do to solve for x is multiply both sides by sine of 50. And so I'll have x equals, and then let's put this in our calculator. Let's do this one. So alpha, y equals enter, will be a fraction, and it's 5 over sine of 100. And then we're multiplying that by sine of, I already forgot, 50. So sine of 50, my calculator is in degrees, so we're good to go. And that's 3.889. So x equals 3.889. Good. And then moving on down, you could try this one with law of cosines if you want to try it. Awesome. You know what the answer should be, so you can definitely try it. If you wanted to try it, you would start by labeling your angles. So maybe A, B, C, and then little a, little b, little c. You're trying to find little a, so start with a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2 times the letters you just used, which were b and c, times cosine of, if you started with little a, you have to end with big A. And so you could try that. If you have extra time today, maybe you try that. If you're wanting to see if you're okay with law of cosines, maybe you try it. You should end up with A equals 3.889. So just something that you could try if you'd like. For number 2 and number 3, we're choosing the best method to solve, and then we're going to solve. And so in number 2, we're trying to find y. It doesn't look like I have a whole lot. It's definitely not congruent triangles or similar triangles because I don't have 2 triangles. So I've got Pythagorean theorem, but this isn't even a right triangle. I've got right triangle trig, but not a right triangle. I've got special rights, but again, not a right triangle. This is an oblique triangle, so we're looking at either law of sines or law of cosines. 42 degrees is an angle, 22 is a side, and 75 is an angle. And if I have angle, side, angle, that tells me to use law of sines. If I'm trying to find y, that's a side length, and so y is going to go on the top, over, that's a side length, so it goes over sine of its opposite angle is 75, equals, again, I need to use a side length here, the only one I know is 22, over sine of its opposite angle is angle C, and I don't know that angle. There is a way that I could find that angle. I could say, okay, 180 minus 42. Let's see, that's going to be 8, that's going to be 3, that's 138, minus 75, 3, 6, 63. So this one's 63. You could also use your calculator if you wanted to. So 63 degrees. Make sure I got that right. I hope I did. and then multiply both sides by sine of 75 to solve for y. So I've got y equals, it is a side length, so we'll go 3 places. I'm going to double check to make sure that 63 is correct before I go on. So 42 and 75, 180 minus 42 minus 75. I did get it right, and so we've got 22 over sine of 63. Alpha y equals enter, 22 over sine of 63, and then times sine of 75. And I've got 23.8498. That 49 is going to round up to a 50 because of the 8 behind it, and so 23.850. And our method here is law of sines. And I will make sure to write my answer down one more time so that Miss B is not confused about what my answer is. And there are centimeters in the picture, so let's put centimeters. This next one is a triangle embedded in another triangle, and so this one's going to be similar triangles. Hopefully you know how to do this one, and you can just let the video play while you work it, and then make sure you get it right. If not, that's what I'm here for. Let's go whole side is question mark over, let's pick another whole side. I think 78 is smaller than 117, so I'm going to go with 78. Equals, if I did whole side over whole side, I need to go small side on the same side as question mark over small side, same side as 78. I do notice, you have a calculator, which is great, but we need to be prepared to do these without a calculator. 48 and 36, their greatest common factor is 12. And so I could say, okay, question mark over 78 is equal to 48 divided by 12 is 4. 36 divided by 12 is 3. And now to solve for question mark, I'm going to multiply by 78 on both sides. I could work this by hand. If you want to work it by hand, definitely work it by hand. But we'll use our calculator, fine. Alpha y equals enter. 4/3 times 78. The nice thing about using the fraction shortcut is if your answer is a fraction, it'll leave it as a fraction. But this one is just 104. So question mark is equal to 104. And we're done. Let me know if you have any questions or if you need any help at all. Remember, I will be here after Tribe Time 2, and so I'll be here planning D-Block, and then I'm staying after school to do makeup tests. I can't hold a tutoring session, but I'll be more than happy to answer a couple of questions that you have, if you have them, especially since you have a test tomorrow. So I'd make sure your Math Excel is 100%, get your work paper turned in today, and then complete your homework. Check your answers on Canvas. Make sure you're doing correct math and not just doing crazy math. And then I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you guys have an awesome day.